In the opening, Clint Barton is showing his girl talk sophilism on his disconnected ranch while his better half readies an outing lunch for them. Abruptly, Clint's girl disappears and the remainder of Clint's family breaks down, alongside half of all life across the universe, the consequence of Thanos snapping his fingers in the wake of securing every one of the 6 limitlessness stones. Cloud and Tony Distinct are abandoned in space following their loss by Thanos on Titan. To invert his activities, yet learn after finding him that he had utilized the stones a second chance to obliterate them, forestalling their further use. He lets the leftover Vindicators know that he did as such to try not to involve the stones for additional odious purposes. Irritated, Thor guillotines Thanos, saying it's what he ought to have done in Wakanda. After 5 years, Scott Lang escapes from the quantum domain to find that his little girl involve the stones for additional odious purposes. Irritated, Thor guillotines Thanos, saying it's what he ought to have done in Wakanda. After 5 years, Scott Lang escapes from the quantum domain to find that his little girl, a young person in that trust Van Dyne, alongside half of the populace, has vanished in the snap. Rogers has been driving distress advising meetings for survivors actually battling with the impacts of the snap, while Romanoff is enthusiastically overseeing both Earth and the remainder of the universe with the assistance of Rhodes, Danvers, Okoye, Rocket, and Cloud. Lang goes to Romanoff and Rogers, and makes sense of that while 5 years had passed for them. Just 5 hours had passed for him in the quantum domain, and that time extends much distinctively there. The three go to Obvious, who is presently bringing up a kid with pepper pots, and make sense of their hypothesis that the quantum domain can be utilized to travel once more into the past and take the limitlessness stones before Thanos can gather them. Distinct at first oddballs their proposition with worry about gambling with his family in their unique courses of events, however chooses not to get back to the present and to rather carry on with the remainder of his life in the past with Carter.